Hi, I'm HIREN SHAH. I've been in the cloud space for 15 years. I lead the products team on SAP on Azure. And today I'm very excited to walk you through all the new great product offerings we've been working on in Azure to help you accelerate the migration of your ERP systems to S/4HANA. So let me start off and talk to you about why Azure. In Azure, we have the best purpose-built platform for SAP workloads. We have unmatched security and compliance. We have great services for you to power business innovation. But most importantly, we have a great trusted partnership with SAP. SAP and Microsoft have a 30-year alliance, and we have learned a lot from our partnership over these years. Microsoft runs all the finance and HR systems that we have on SAP. We have over 120K users using SAP in Microsoft. SAP in turn runs 17 of SAP's business systems on Microsoft. And that gives us a great foundation to give you joint roadmap and innovation for you to run your SAP workloads. We bring you aligned reference architectures. We bring you aligned customer success and support, eliminating friction for you. And these are the reasons why SAP has chosen Microsoft as the preferred hyperscaler to help you accelerate your migrations from ERP to S/4HANA. And we are also one of the only resellers to bring you the SAP Cloud Platform as well. So with that, let me walk you through some of the great things we've been doing. So let me just talk to you briefly about how much we've grown with our customers. We have a lot of customers, all shapes and sizes, large and small, across a variety of industries running their SAP workloads on Azure. We have customers on the retail and food industry, auto and chemicals, mining, oil and gas, energy, pharma, all across the board. We have customers like Walgreens running the biggest scale-out SAP systems in the world on Azure. We have manufacturers like Kennametal running their systems on Azure. We have customers, automakers like Daimler, using devices like HoloLens, and then SAP procurement system to really modernize how they do management of the fleet. So we are really proud to be working with all of our customers in partnership with SAP. Now, to really just walk you through all the innovation that we've been doing, it's great to put it in the context of your migration journey. And this is how we think about your migration journey. We know that you start by sort of discovering your current SAP landscapes that you have and sort of understanding the different OSs and versions and functional modules you are running. Then you're doing planning in Prepare, where you are finding the right sort of target systems to build in Azure. And then it's time to actually migrate and move your data and your users into the new deployment in Azure. And in Azure, we have great offerings to help you run your workloads once you have migrated very efficiently. And last but not the least, we have great services for you to do innovation with integration with SAP Cloud Platform. Let's just look at some of these a little bit more closely. Just to talk about Discover. This is where working with partners, aligning your stakeholders, defining your goals. Are you moving to S/4HANA, or are you taking some of the systems to cloud first and then moving to S/4HANA is really important. In Prepare, you're looking at reference architectures, you're planning your business continuity, disaster recovery, and backup plans. And you're looking at the current sizes as well as the sizes you need for your infrastructure in the cloud. And cloud gives you the flexibility to size for what you need now and then easily scale up later. Migration, conceptually, you can think about a couple of steps. You want to deploy your target infrastructure in Azure and then sort of migrate your data and your users. And with Run, as I said, we have lots of first-party offerings for your monitoring and backup, and I'll show you some of the great work that we've been doing in this area. And I even have a great video for you at the end to just see how you can easily migrate and run some of your workloads in Azure. But we also help you work with third-party offerings if they are something that you want to carry forward from your on-prem to the cloud deployment. I'll talk to you a little bit about the great use cases we have made available and reference architecture for innovation and integration with SAP Cloud Platform, along with easy ways to integrate with Azure Active Directory, which becomes sort of a glue to provide a seamless user experience as your users log into different applications. So let's just look at some of these great new offerings in detail in the context of this migration journey. So first up is discover, you're sort of planning and you're discovering what landscapes you have. This is a great time to also select your partner, because some of our partners have great offerings to help you streamline your discovery, ask the right questions, bring the right tools for you. We have a great collection of global SI partners we work with, as well as a lot of regional and local SI partners we work with as well. And you can find all of them through the links that you see here. We also offer a complimentary solution assessment with initial cost analysis for you to create a plan. So please, take us up on that offer. There is a link towards the end of this presentation on how you can get started on that. As I mentioned in Prepare, you're looking at what does your infrastructure look like right now, and what sizes you're running for your compute, your storage, and networking, and you're thinking about how that maps to the systems you want to have in Azure. And these are the great VM and bare metal offerings we have. For your application tier, typically you will use our D and E series VMs, which are sort of smaller VMs with as far as compute and memory goes, and they are SAP NetWeaver certified. And for your HANA database, your SAP HANA database, our customers move up to using our M series VMs, which are high memory VMs. You can use the M series VM to go from 192 GB to 4 terabytes. And if your databases are higher sizes, you can move up to our MV2 series, which goes from 3 terabyte to 12 terabyte in memory, as well as higher CPU if you have lots of users as well. Beyond that, for very large systems, up to 24 terabytes, we have bare metal offering, and that's called SAP HANA on Azure Large Instances, or HLI for short. And that is certified for SAP HANA. We are also very proud to be one of the only cloud providers to be certified for running Intel Optane persistent memory on our HLI bare metal instances. That is SAP HANA certified to give you great memory and cost profile to run your workloads. And over the last year, very recently, we also enabled SAP HANA certification on some of our E-series VMs. These are great for running your dev test workloads at a lower cost. This is something we didn't have. It's net new based on our customer asks. And we also support 99.99% SLA if you deploy the VMs in availability zones and for our large instances. So let's talk a little bit about migration. As I said, conceptually, there are two steps. You want to stand up the Azure infrastructure, the compute, networking, storage, and the VNet, and all of that to the joint reference architecture that SAP and Microsoft have. A great way to do that is to use our Terraform and Ansible deployment automation, which is also brand new. It's available as open source to you in GitHub. And Terraform and Ansible are industry-leading standards for infrastructure and code and configuration as code. These are really great DevOps best practices that we are bringing to you. And the great thing about these automation modules that we have provided to you is they follow the standard architecture, but you can also customize based on your need because it is open source. Right now, we support deploying scale-up infrastructure for Azure for SAP HANA and configure high availability with pacemaker clusters. And in future, what's coming very soon is also automation of software install for SAP on Ansible using Ansible scripts. And with those together, spinning up an end-to-end landscape becomes a matter of minutes as opposed to hours and hours or days and days worth of work. And it also takes out a lot of error and guesswork. So we're really excited about this. Lots of our customers and partners are using this. Another great offering we have that we have recently gone public preview on is Azure Monitor for SAP Solutions, or AMS for short. When we talk to basis administrators, what they tell us is they want tools that are purpose-built for them for monitoring, not generic monitoring tools. And that's exactly what AMS does. It allows you to quickly connect to your SAP HANA instance and your cluster, high availability cluster instances, and show you metrics in an end-to-end fashion. So you have your database metrics and your infrastructure metrics all together. And very soon we are bringing you application metrics with NetWeaver provider as well. And the great thing I like about Azure Monitor for SAP Solutions is also built with the building blocks for Azure core Azure monitoring, like log analytics, workbooks, and dashboards. What this does is this enables you to really centralize all your monitoring for your SAP systems as well as all the systems that integrate with SAP, the non-SAP systems that integrate with SAP systems as well. So you can create consolidated dashboards. And I have a demo showing how you deploy a landscape, how you do monitoring, and how you enable backup very easily towards the end. And as we already talked about, business continuity, backup, and disaster recovery is very important. Azure Backup Service provides an SAP backend certified backup solution for your SAP HANA database. We also support backup for SQL Server. So if you are using landscapes that are NEDB, you can have backup for that as well. The great thing about the Azure Backup solution is that it's a zero infrastructure solution. So you don't have to deploy an agent and manage that, unlike something you have to do with some of the solutions that are out there. And we give you different backup types, full, incremental, and differential backup. And we give you long-term retention and security features, and you can easily restore to spin up new dev test version of your production systems as well. Again, having this integrated with core Azure Backup offering, just like Azure Monitoring for SAP Solutions, really helps you take advantage of all the new features that come up on the core Azure Backup Service as well. And one great example is backup reports, which are insights into how your backup is running. And we also support SUSE and Red Hat as well. That's something we did recently as well to help onboard more and more customers. And as I mentioned, once you have your landscapes running in Azure and you're really optimized how your workloads are running from DevOps best practices with monitoring and backup, and you've done cost optimization as well. That's another step that a lot of our customers go through. Then it's time to focus on innovation, bringing that high level value to the business. And this is where our partnership with SAP on SAP Cloud Platform and the integration between Microsoft services and SAP Cloud Platform services is very valuable for you. We provide you step-by-step guides for integrating the identity across SAP Cloud Platform and Azure Active Directory. That becomes a glue to bring lots of new end user-facing experiences together. On productivity and collaboration, you can integrate through SAP Cloud Platform with Office 365, Microsoft Teams. You can build new experiences for notifications, bots. You can also derive new business insights with Microsoft's data stack that we have. You can also leverage visual analytics with Power BI. And you can automate business processes with Microsoft Power Apps across SAP and non-SAP systems. So all of these really are great offerings that we've been working on for over the course of this year to help you accelerate your migration. Now, what I would like to do next is quickly show you a brief demo video that showcases some of the offerings that I've talked about, how you deploy your landscape, how do you enable monitoring, how easy it is to enable backup on this in minutes from first-class Azure portal. So you'll see that demo video. You can learn more about everything we've talked about on our landing page, and you can see the link here. And as I mentioned, you can request a complimentary landscape assessment, and here's an email for you to contact us on. And with that, this is all I had. Thank you very much for giving us the opportunity to talk you through this today.